The Society of Obstetricians and Gynaecologists is calling on the Commission for Gender Equality to withdraw its COVID-19 statement released on the 16th of January. In it, the Commission warns against imposing mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations on women workers and students. The scientists are saying that the Commission may unknowingly compromise the national vaccination program as well as the efforts to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. The Secretary of the Society of Gynaecologists is Professor Priya Soma-Pillay, who joins us now to explain exactly what their concerns are. Professor, thank you very much for your time. You're saying that the CGE, the Commission for Gender Equality, is fueling anti-vaccination sentiment. Tell us why you feel this way.
Morning, sir, and good morning to your listeners. We are quite concerned that the statement from the Commission for Gender Equity is based on a single study published earlier this year. It's based on a study done in New York on healthy individuals. And they looked at women's menstrual cycle and menstrual pattern before and after vaccination. And vaccination resulted in a 0.7-day increase in menstrual cycle length. That means the days between menstruation increased by less than a day. Following the second dose, menstruation increased, the menstrual cycle length increased by 0.9 of a day. There was no change in the number of menstruation days, so the number of bleeding days, or the volume of bleeding. Cycle length returned to normal following menstruation, following the vaccination, and this is quite a normal variation in a woman's cycle length. There's no, this is not out of the ordinary. And we are concerned that the statement comes from a single study, and our view is that the conclusion of the study has been interpreted incorrectly. Yeah. We believe that the results of the study are actually quite reassuring, and that vaccination causes minimal change to menstrual cycle. The slight change that was seen was temporary. It's not clinically relevant. And we believe that the benefits of vaccination far outweigh the risks of the woman getting COVID infection, and we still see ourselves in this pandemic at the moment.
Perhaps, Professor, then, it's worth reminding of the protection that vaccines provide against severe illness, which, of course, is induced by COVID-19. What is the efficacy rate that these vaccines provide, and if you could give us that in simple language, particularly in the category of women, because this is who the Commission for Gender Equality is most concerned about.
So we are particularly worried about our pregnant women, and they are a vulnerable group. And there's good evidence that COVID-19 vaccination, both the vaccines that we have available in South Africa, the J&J and the Pfizer, a full dose of the vaccine protects one adequately from severe or mild and moderate disease. If data from our own South African obstetric surveillance study has shown that if a pregnant woman is admitted to hospital with COVID-19, she has an increased risk of being admitted to an ICU or high care and being mechanically ventilated. And our studies show that 1 in 16 women admitted to hospital for COVID-19 dies. So a pregnant woman is particularly vulnerable, particularly in the third trimester when the physiological changes of pregnancy are more exaggerated. And we think that the benefits of vaccination far outweigh the mild side effects that a woman may experience. In terms of the fetus is also at risk of preterm birth, stillbirth, and there's several other obstetric risks associated with COVID-19 infection in pregnancy.
Sure. All right. So basically, in simple language, Professor, the benefits of vaccinating far outweigh the consequences of not vaccinating. Am I hearing you clearly?
Yes, that's right.
All right. That's where we are going to leave this conversation. That's Professor she is the Secretary of the South African Society of Obstetricians and Gynaecologists, Professor Priya Soma-Pillay.